Hello guys, Jacob here, and as part of my 100 subscriber special, I've decided to do a Q&A. And first of all, I'd like to say thank you for the questions that I've got you've given me. I've received around 15 to 16 questions, which is pretty nuts. And yeah, let's get into it. Hello, I've been watching your channel for a bit of time now. Your art inspires me to practice my own. I wanted to know what got you started in art and just any fun facts you're willing to give about yourself. Keep up the awesome work. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for those comments. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that my work inspires you, even though honestly I'm not really that good of an animator or an artist, well, in my opinion. To answer your questions, I don't know what got me started into art. I guess I've been drawing a lot since I was a kid, but I guess if you're talking about like animation and like developing the style that I have now, I didn't really get into it until when I was in high school, when I started watching a lot of YouTube animators and stuff, and they've pretty much inspired me to get started with animations and art and stuff. And as for fun facts, honestly, I'm not that much of a fun guy, and I am not a mushroom writer. So yeah, I don't really have any fun facts on me now, but maybe as the video progresses more, I'll be able to give some facts, I guess. Where or who did you get your art style from? What programs do you use to draw and animate? What's your favorite music genre? Top 3 or 5 favorite songs. My art style is I developed it from the people that I watch on YouTube. In particular, animators like Jaltoy and stuff. Again, also taking techniques from other artists that I've got into. For example, the technique where I use a lighter shade of a color to color the edges and to make it look all shiny and stuff is actually something that I got from Doopy Over. I guess I don't know how she does it, exactly, but I decided to try it out myself, and eventually it became something that I use frequently. The program I use to draw my scenes and stuff, my animations and my scenes, my speed arts is Paint Tool Sci, and to animate I use Adobe After Effects CC, or I used to use CX6 until I upgraded, and I want to learn Flash or Animate or whatever it's called now, but honestly I'm not that bothered to. What is your favorite music genre? Honestly, these days I just listen to anything. Well, maybe not anything, like I don't really keep up with what's topping the charts on iTunes and stuff, so I listen to older music, I guess. But for a long time I was primarily an electronic music listener. Like I would listen to a lot of French house, a lot of, I guess, dubstep as well, and some really obscure bands like the Yellow Magic Orchestra, which were some Japanese electronic band from the 70s, and they're considered pioneers of the genre. My top 3 favorite songs, I don't really have a set in stone list of favorite songs, but some albums I like, I guess I could talk about them. Anything by Daft Punk or Justice is pretty good, even the stuff that wasn't as well received, like Human After All or Audio Video Disco. I still like those albums, they're pretty cool. Another artist is probably Mod Joe. They're like another French house, Daft Punk-esque band, and they only released one album, which is a really good album, but it's sort of disappointing at the same time because it was the only album they released. Another artist that I like is Android52, and he does remixes of and stuff like that. His latest album, which is actually free to download, I'll put a link in the description or something so you can get it, is an album that I listen to all the time now. And actually one of his songs is actually my outro, so hopefully he's okay with that. And yeah, how do you draw so amazing? Well, honestly, I don't really see myself as that talented of an artist. If I were to rate myself out of 10, I'll probably rate myself around 5 to 6 maybe. I still need to improve a lot. Like a lot of my speed art videos I stuff up, and I'm stuffing up a lot. So yeah, if you want to draw, I guess the most obvious thing I would say is to practice a lot. It's tried and tested, and as many people would say, practice makes perfect, and that applies greatly for art. Another thing I would recommend is to experiment a lot, and experiment with your style until you find something that fits you and you can draw consistently. A fun fact again is there was a period of time where my art style would change every year. For example, I would draw, like, I think remember one time I would draw stuff that would be inspired by Skullgirls, and then I moved more into artists that I saw on DeviantArt like Galacast and Mibu, and then eventually now I've got the style that I use today. So yeah, another thing as well, the thing with that is I still experiment a lot with my style in the animations that I produce. And the thing is, there may be times where you need to change up your style to fit the thing you're animating, or if you want a particular feel, or if you just want to experiment, you may want to change your style up. And one more thing, don't be afraid to take reference from other artists. Like, it's not really stealing. Like, I find it impossible to be able to develop your own style without really looking at other people's work. So if there's a particular technique that you see an artist use, or a way they draw stuff that you like, I guess feel free to try and implement that into your work and eventually make it your own. I remember when I started animating, I used to have lots of problems with picking colors and stuff. For example, my skin tones, like half the time the person will look really ill because I'll make it too olive or too pale. And I remember taking lots of my color choices from people like Geltoid because they were really good with it. And gradually I began to know what colors to pick for my animations and any art I do, I guess. So in summary, I would say 1, practice, 2, experiment with your style, and number 3, just take stuff from other artists as well. Don't be afraid that you might be accused of stealing, because just as long as you're not tracing everything, you should be fine. This wasn't really asked for this video in particular, but I would just like to mention why are you so talented? Give me your skills. Well, as I commented before a while back, I tried to get my bag of skills and I found that it was empty because I have no skills. I don't have no skills, I have some skill, and yeah, I don't really have much skill, so I can't really give you any skill. Sorry about that. Why am I so talented? I don't really see myself as much of a talent. Well, I could say that my art is pretty decent, I guess. It was definitely better than the stuff I used to produce, the stuff I produced before I threw out, because it was pretty cringeworthy. And still today, the ideas for my animations are kind of cringeworthy as well. So anyway, why are you so talented? Why, honestly, like, you have like 100k subs, why are you asking me this? Like, you're a pretty big inspiration of mine, so yeah, you're talented enough, Tony. Yeah, I don't know what to say. What inspired you to animate? As mentioned before, what inspired me to animate is animation channels on YouTube, obviously. Also, like, a lot of my ideas come from other videos, like random videos I could be watching, and I could be like, oh, this particular audio part scene could go well with this other thing, and I try and cross them over together, and that's where most of my ideas come from. Like, for example, my most recent animation is the Taden one I did. There's actually a crossover between Taden, the ship, and an audio extract from Nichigo. So yeah, question 2, do you watch YouTube? I watch a lot of YouTube. Obviously I watch a lot of animation, not only because I enjoy it, but because I try and look out for stuff that I can take from the videos that I watch and put them into my work. And yeah, the thing with YouTube, like as I started making more animations, I have started to analyze things more as well. And yeah, my 3 favorite YouTubers, well, you got the first one right with Jaltoy. And honestly, while their work concept-wise isn't as good as before, like back in the day, they were like their best videos were the ones that were actually addressing issues on the internet, like girl gamers and like PewDiePie commentators and stuff. Then those like stuff like that, there were some of my favorite animations. And I'm not saying that they've gone bad, like downhill or anything. Like their stuff is still good, but back in the day, their stuff was more relatable, I guess. And I guess the thing is, you can't always just keep addressing issues like that. You need to establish your own characters, which is something I've yet to do, and they've done that. And yeah, they're probably one of the best animation channels on YouTube. Like, they were probably one of the first channels to really use the tween-based style, which a lot of people look down on, but I don't see what's wrong with it. I use tweens as well, so yeah. Another channel that I like is Doopy Doo Over, and she is really underrated. She only has like 13k subs when she deserves like 100 or something, 100,000. Not 100, I found 100,000, and I was actually looking through my sub box the other day to find that she subscribed to my channel, and that was a nice surprise, and hopefully my work isn't too bad. Finally, another YouTuber that I like is Jaden Animations. Obviously, she has a really simple style that I like, and the stories she does are pretty funny. And she's actually my sister's favorite YouTuber. Not YouTube. My sister's favorite animation channel as well. And another fun fact for you all. One of the reasons I wanted to do the Jaden animation was partially because I wanted to draw Jaden, because she has such a cool design for a character, like with the black streaks, the purple streaks in her hair and stuff. I don't know, it's just a really cool design, and I think she's probably a really cool person in real life as well. Would you rather draw everything via computer mouse or with your non-dominant hand? P.S. Why are sharks your favorites? Well, the thing is, I'm left-handed, so either way, when I'm drawing with a mouse, I'm gonna draw with my non-dominant hand. But I did a test where I drew 2 pictures with my right hand on the tablet and with my mouse, and I got to say that I'm more comfortable with the mouse. It just feels more natural, I guess. And the thing with drawing with the tablet with my right hand, it felt really uncomfortable holding the pen, and I couldn't really control it that much, and it began to ache after a while. So yeah, I'd rather draw with a mouse. And why are sharks my favorite? Honestly, I don't know why I like sharks. I guess they got lots of teeth, they don't get sick, and they're pretty cool. They're big fish, basically. How did you make up the name Badartforrecess? Back in the day, when I was in high school, I actually had a a Facebook page where I would post comics about school life and stuff like that. And this page was known as Badartforrecess because the art on it was pretty bad and it had to do with school. Hence the name, hence the recess part. Do you have plans to collab with another YouTuber? P.S. Your channel is awesome. Thank you. Collaborations. I really want to collaborate, and in fact, one of the things I really want to get from YouTube is to form like my own squad, I guess, like this crew that I have. Sort of like, for example, you got Jaltoy and Doopy there, and Steve Ray Bro. I guess they're a bit of a crew. And you also got obviously Jaden and Tony and Blackson and Whiteson, and they're a squad as well. So yeah, I want to form my own squad, and I think I have one now. I think hopefully, like, the people on the screen right now, I'll probably draw you up later. Hopefully you want to form a squad or something, I guess. But I'm beginning to get off track here. Collaborations. I would like to collaborate, but the thing is, I'm going to uni soon, so I probably won't be able to animate and hence collab with other YouTubers frequently. And the final question, this subscriber here just want to know how long it takes for you to compose animations. They look so smooth, and I was wondering if it's really kind of time consuming trying to match the mouth's expression with the audio that you get for voices. The animation, how long it takes to animate, really depends on how lazy I am and how long the audio is. And hardest thing about animating is probably planning out the scenes. The animating process itself is not that hard. It's just drawing the scenes up. It's just pretty hard. And my animations look smooth, I guess, because I've used the easy ease function, which makes your twins exponential, like, or go faster and then slower, like a bit of a slope. Matching mouths and stuff, it's pretty time consuming, but I use a really simple means of lip syncing, which it's just me moving the mouths up and down, scaling the mouths up and down. Like, I don't really have specific phenomes or specific mouths that I use to match expressions. I just stick with one mouth. But overall, animation could take could range from a week to a month. It depends on if I'm bothered to animate as well. And anywho, keep up the great work, stay awesome. Thank you very much for that. I'd like to thank everyone for all the questions, and thank you for 100 subs, and I'll see you later.